Aisling's story, post-Lima expedition. After her ordeal investigating the ancient ruins near Puno, Aisling was anxious to conduct further research into the civilization that had bound the ancient evil she had felt. She returned to Lima and enlisted the aid of Professor Sanchez to remove as many artifacts as possible from the ruins for further study. Great care was taken to permanently seal up all entrances to the golden ward around the ancient pyramid to prevent further attempts at pilfering. With as much secrecy as possible, Professor Sanchez and Aisling emptied the ruins of all remaining artifacts. They then used explosives to blast close the caves leading to the site, in hopes that its location will forever be lost inside the secret valley. With the accumulated artifacts and the special first-hand knowledge Aisling acquired, she began researching more about the civilization with Professor Sanchez. Meanwhile, she maintained a steady correspondence with her family back in Ireland. She also contacted the archaeology department at Oxford and worked out an arrangement whereby she could finish her final semester in a study abroad at Professor Sanchez's university. As such, she was able to finally complete her bachelor's degree in archaeology from Oxford while working in Lima. After spending a year in Lima working with Professor Sanchez, she and the professor took the artifacts to display at the Ashmolean Museum of Art and Archaeology in the UK. She was invited to lecture at various campuses and for archaeological organisations around the UK and Europe. Due to her unique insights and published papers on ancient South American civilizations, she was also invited to begin working on her PhD at Oxford. Throughout her research and lectures, Aisling was able to make numerous contacts in the archaeology field and go on several expeditions. Her doctoral research was involved in trying to find connections between ancient pyramid-building civilizations. This research focus led her to study ancient Egypt and join archaeological expeditions there. Despite her busy schedule, Aisling spent as much time as possible with her family. As often as possible, she visited home for the holidays and special occasions, such as the birth of her older sister's child and her older brother's wedding. She spent long hours talking privately with her grandmother about the experiences she had in Peru, especially those experiences she intentionally left out of her scholarly writings. She also took any opportunity she could to hone her marksmanship and medical skills with her father's help. Her experiences in Peru and on other expeditions taught her the importance of vigilance and self-reliance. On her latest expedition to Egypt, Aisling developed a romantic relationship with a fellow archaeologist named Rupert Winston Shumway III. He was only 2 years older than Aisling, but he had been forced to grow up by the ordeals he had experienced in his own short life. Like Aisling, Rupert had a burning passion for archaeology and ancient civilizations, but he was also addicted to adrenaline and liked to take risks. One night, their expedition camp was attacked by a large band of murderous thieves. Although Aisling contributed to the camp's defences with her keen marksmanship, it was Rupert's heroics that saved the day. Unfortunately, Rupert was gravely wounded. Aisling's medical attention kept Rupert alive and required her to spend much time in close contact with him until his eventual recovery. Upon returning to the UK, Aisling worked hard to finish her PhD and spend as much time as possible with Rupert. She invited Rupert to spend the Christmas holiday with her family at their manor in Ireland. On New Year's Day, Aisling and Rupert had a big fight when she learned that he had been invited on an expedition somewhere in Southeast Asia and was expected to be gone for up to a year. The expedition leader had a strict no women policy and would not allow Aisling to join. After seeing Rupert off on his journey, Aisling returned home to pine over her lost love.